So, hello everyone. In this video, we are going to present cloud architecture design concept. How we can design what architecture we are going to use in cloud setup. In our previous session, we discussed about budgeting, monitoring, and user access in detail. How we can set up a budget, how we can do the cost control, then monitoring with the help of CloudWatch, and then user access with the help of IAM. So now we are going to present cloud architecture design. Presenting a cloud architecture design involves clearly and professionally showing how various cloud components like compute, that can be storage, that can be networking, that can be security, etc., work together to support an application or service. Whatever first we have to design, then we have to implement. What we are going to do, what resources we are going to use that in setup. Especially this is important when cloud architecture engineer and candidate prepare for interview and certification. In certification also it matter a lot. Designing part is must. Representation of that architecture that you are going to use. Because in exam question comes, they will show you a scenario and you have to find out the problem there or have to implementation there on the basis of that particular design that you got there, what picture you got there. So necessary to understand and design according to component. So key goal of cloud architecture presentation: communicate design logics and decisions, showcase scalability, high availability, security, and cost efficiency. Everything we can define there when we are designing that. Demonstration alignment with business and application needs, and provide a clear visual architecture diagram of my entire setup. Like I have some pictures here like this. You can watch from it, see from it. That we have to design in AWS. We are going to design one VPC here. Under that VPC, with this particular CIDR range, here we are going to design subnets in different availability zones. Okay. Here we have the internet gateway. Here, then we can connect to internet. In configurations, like we have main routing tables and everything shown here. Like availability zone A, we will create two private and public subnets with these IP series. Here is the instance, and this is the IP series I'm going to use. So this is a complete clear demonstration. Some more like here. You can see more clearly. Here we have the NAT in public. Here we have the router. Here is the internet gateway. These are the security groups that work on the EC2 level that we have already discussed on a VPC, and VPC is created in a region. Then one main routing table shown here, what IP series and custom route table. So in this way, we have to design this network before just starting implementing it. Look here, more complex. Complete thing, everything shown here. Where and what we have done that. With the help of like here we are going to set up a relational database services. This is a relational database master. This is complete a region. Under that region, we have created one VPC. Okay. In this VPC, we have two different availability zones. One availability zone, two availability zone. In this availability zone, we have put like EFS file system, RDS database server, then cache server, then EC2 instance that communicate here. There is auto scaling here also, Application load balancer also shown here. Everything is clearly visible here. So it should be like that. Just before starting, just start implementing that without having a proper design is not a good practice. Here we have divided into data subnet. This is for the application subnet. Means you can say public subnet. And this data subnet is a private subnet here. Same thing here. Public subnet you can see. This is the net gateway in the public subnet. This is also public subnet up to here. And this one is a private subnet. So from this diagram, you can understand what type of design we require before just starting implementing the resources in cloud. So hope very much clear to you. Route 53 like this. This is a simple diagram. This is certificate manager, Amazon CloudFront, and Amazon CloudFront. So everything should be clearly demonstrated, not just implementing that. Not just implementing that. Look, so many picture I have added here. Just come here. So clear visual architecture diagram. So core component that include a cloud architecture design, as I have shown you. Presentation layer like CloudFront, Route 53 that work at the CloudFront. Purpose, content delivery network and DNS and front-end routing. Application layer, EC2, containerization services, Lambda, app hosting, container serverless. Data link layer, naturally RDS, relation and SQL object and storage. So we should mention everything. At network layer, VPC, subnet, NAT gateway, load balancer, secure network segmentation and routing purpose. Security layer, naturally IAM, security group, KMS, web application firewall, everything for authentication, encryption, and firewall. Monitoring layer, naturally CloudWatch, CloudTrail, X-Ray, log, metrics, and tracing. Management and budget, everything is there that we already have discussed. Now, just to consolidate that, budgeting we are doing for cost controlling, trust advisor configuration for compliance, best practice, and all. These are the core components. Just we divide that as per easiness, you can say, on the layer basis. Like networking get become easy after the OSI layer, OSI model. So this is a layer presentation on for cloud architecture design. On which layer, what particular service is working. And like if we talk about OSI model, what like our all the protocol like HTTP, HTTPS, Telnet, Ping, all work at the application layer. Then the presentation layer, ABCDIC, ASCII codes. Session layer, separate protocol, NFS, and SQL. They're also same thing. Network layer, naturally, TCP, UDP, all protocol work. So here also same thing. They divide the entire resources into the layer form. So how to structure the presentation? First should be properly title and project name, your name and role and date, everything. Then objective requirement should be mentioned there. When we create a proper report there, business problem or use case, functional and non-functional requirements, uptime should be 99%, security compliance with HIPAA and GDPR, General Data Protection Regulation. Expected traffic, what traffic should be there and how much load should be there, what are the budget limitations. So everything should be properly mentioned one by one. First title of slide, then objective requirement. Okay, so these all are the things. After that we put a design. Now how, which tool I have to use? for designing this diagram. That totally depend on your comfort. If you are master in some another tools like AutoCAD or wherever you want to do. But my most preferred is a Draw.io. Draw.io. You can use Lucid chart. You can use Vimshell. You can use AWS architecture icons. So let's start show you about the Draw.io. 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 Very nice. You will get all the icons here. Official icons. Taking some time, it's a little bit heavy. Taking some time. I want to show you something more here. Look here. These are the shapes here available. Intervention. You will get such a diagram. Any type of arrow. Okay, miscellaneous advanced. You will get here. But now, if you want to work for suppose AWS cloud, so you naturally need the official symbol of that to make it easy. What you can do, you can go more shapes. Here you can add. I don't require these signal arrows. Keep it. But when you go down here, like Alibaba Cloud, have that separate icon, like this icon. But I don't want Alibaba right now. I want AWS 2025, AWS 3D. If you want to work for Azure, Azure have its own icon like this. AWS have its own icon like this. So what I do, apply. Now if you scroll it down, look what service you want to use. AWS Analytics, application service, artificial intelligence, compute. So we go for the compute. This is for the AMI, official symbols. This is for the Lambda. If you want to add Lambda, you can put it here. It's a ECS, the containerization services, DB. So these are the official documents, the official symbols you can. Routers, like I have put some routers here also in my diagram. Where is the diagram? Look here. We have the router. So if we have to design that, we can use it like this. So in this way you can design. You just want compute. This is the auto scaling. If we have to implement the auto scaling somewhere that I mentioned here, like router, like here, auto scaling. Everything I have designed right now. So by looking at like auto scaling icon, same icon, some official icons that this tra.io is using. EC2, one EC2, two EC2. Okay, so the elastic IP. So by going to the simple icons, you can draw the line. Okay, so that is a good practice. Like that I have designed here. So all the icon, official icon, you will find it here rather than keep searching here and there. More you can go for the contact database. So you have to set up database server, Elastic Cache, RDS. If you want to implement, these are the official symbols like this, like Oracle DB, database migration services. So we get all the symbols here. I was looking for something. uh, downloads. Yes, I have downloaded official. You can download it from the directly AWS site also. Architecture diagram. Deck. This is the official documentation of AWS. How to use architectural design that mentioned here something na here icons that I downloaded from the official website of look here the system element group icons, nested group, then service icon, then resource icons. This all I got from the look scaling group, scaling group. So here is the complete information regarding designing part, architecture icon. There are all the icons available here, like like this. Many more here available. So you can just search AWS icon collection from the AWS or Google, and you can download it for your use. So I was working with here. So this way you can design it and finally you can save it for future file and save it. So I say I go for this is my application and EC2 should be VPC somewhere here, Lambda. That is the networking part, journal and messaging, networking and content center. Like here, CloudFront, S53 VPC. So we can put here like VPC icon. Design boundary around it using journal. Okay, na? You can send to back like this. So very simple to design this network and can enter text here also. From here you can do like this. So I don't think it's a difficult for the designing part. I shown you in the draw.io part. And you can just search it on the Google. You will find official AWS icon collection. So type assignment to show naturally. I have shown in diagram like here. I have mentioned private and public subnet. Internet gateway where we need to put in internet gateway. ALB, NLB, application load balancer. Everything should be there. As much as clear you can design. Look here. Everything is mentioned here. You know, like application load balancer, internet gateway, route 53 here, static assets some here, like bucket. So everything you can mention. EC2 instance, ECS container, RDS, or so mention everything for monitoring our purpose. Alert setup. We need CloudWatch. So we can define all that thing in our part. So that's all. Come some more component breakdown that I already discussed. VPC and subnets, one public, two private subnet in each zone. NAT gateway is whatever you are planning. Application tier, you have to application auto scaling EC2 instance behind the application load balancer. IAM role attached to EC2 for secure access to SCN DAN module. So this way you can design what you want actually. Security and access control, use the IAM role for privilege that I can show here also. Cost consideration, scalability and high availability strategy, where we have to put our load balancer, where the S3 will work, resiliency and backup. So everything we can do here. So now depends how you want to present your creativity or your technical competency. Okay, na? So this is all regarding designing part. The main that I prefer, personally I prefer is the draw.io is the best. Otherwise Lucid sites are also good. Hemisphere is also good, and it's the official curriculum, official icons of AWS, given by the Amazon. Remaining, we have discussed everything. What is the requirement of global architecture design, cloud architecture design? Then key goal, why we require for cloud architecture presentation for showcase scalability, high availability, security, and cost efficiency. Then we divide all things by application by a layer basis. How to present that? How to create an effective design? Properly slide title name, project name, name, role, and business objective. Why we are using that? And then which tool we can use for the designing like this complete diagram. Okay, na? Like you can see VPC design. Then under that subnet, we have to attach the security group. Naturally, come with the EC2 levels. Okay, then gateway, main route table, and custom route table we can design. So this is all regarding the designing. It's all regarding the design. So thank you very much. See you in the next video.